Well, good evening. There's been 168 sleeps, and Johnny, I've been counting down every single one of them. So V11 football. John Tamboris with us. John will give his expert comments. My name is Bruce Stalder. So happy to bring you the live streaming. And we're in for a treat. It's knockout football. Tuesday night, FFA Cup. About 240 teams around the country are doing it. And we're one of the first to do it, so this will go right around the country. So excited to bring you. And it features two teams that last year had very different scenarios throughout the year, but there were so many good players in both sides. So Azzurri will take on Darwin Hearts. Both lineups look different than last year, John. When we looked at the names, it looks like there's been a bit of travel between squads and clubs. It's always exciting to see how they go for their very first game. Pitch is beautiful, great night, bit of a wind from the north. Darwin's really turning it on for this knockout football. What are you expecting out there tonight?
And again, we're talking about two teams now, first game of the season.
Yeah.
A few new names as well.
Yep.
And you're looking at players obviously moving, which is always going to happen during the off-season. But again, just looking at both teams, having a chat, I mean, just the hype for football to be back. I mean, just looking around here, talk to a few spectators. They can't wait for this game to kick off. I can't wait. I think we're going to be in for a good one tonight.
I think so. The pitch looks fantastic. We've got some new goals in there just fresh from the UK. We're putting them together at 1 o'clock last night, mate. But hopefully they stay up. But one thing I really do need to ask you, I mean, every year, you come the season comes around, you got your first game. You have no idea really until that whistle goes and you get through that first 90 minutes. Now, the difference tonight is they could play an extra 30 on top of that and then go to a penalty shootout because we need a winner.
Exactly. And again, most of these teams are still in that pre-season mode as well.
Yes.
There's still a bit of running happening at training. I'm speaking to both of the coaches and they're still doing their running side of things. So, again, it'll be very, very interesting. I won't be surprised if they go to the bench quite a bit tonight to give players the opportunity to play. But again, FFA Cup, we know how important that is and all the players are ready for it. So it's going to be pretty exciting tonight.
Well put, John. One team goes home, one team goes through. We're actually a game closer to possibly playing an A-League side. My name is Bruce Stalder. This is John Tamboris. This is football brought to you on the FNT digital channels as well as around the country and FFA. So good to be here. Darwin Football Stadium on Larrakia country at Larrakia Park. We'll be back with this game shortly. Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a really special night for us here in the top end and in Darwin in Northern Territory. It's a typical wet season, well, the end of the wet season, John. It's warm, plenty of humidity, but we've got a wind coming from the north, which has got a bit of breeze behind it too. So whoever's running from left to right on your screen will have an advantage with that northern breeze for sure. John, we talked in our warm-up, basically, the pre-game, about the travel of players between clubs, and really your first game, you don't know until you get underway how it's going to go. But you've had a look at the team sheets now. You know a lot of these players. I'm expecting, despite the fact that they're still in physical fitness training at the moment, that this will be pretty hot from the go.
Exactly, and again, we're looking at player movements. Obviously, it's good to see Kenneth Mann back at his club that he was, obviously, he jumped ship last year and went to Hellenic. Again, had a good run there, but again, great to see him back in the Azzurri colours. So
yep.
He's a massive player for him, so he will be one to watch tonight. Again, you're looking at Hearts as well. You've got the likes of Nero Stressner. Again, he's a player that will give you 150%.
Indeed. He still plays when the whistle's going.
Exactly. You've got young Jasper in the defender as well. That will be probably Marshall, I reckon, the centre backs there. So, you've got a few players. JK's back there. Munya as well, who's come over from Hellenic again.
Yep.
He'll be a good signing, as is Daniel Marimbi for Azzurri. So, again, they've done some recruiting in some key areas. So, it looks like Azzurri's recruited quite well, and it looks like it's going to be a tough one tonight for Hearts. But, again, pre-season, Bruce, can go either way, I see it.
Well, I saw a couple of games of Darwin Hearts in the pre-season. It had the hallmarks of that football club: energy, commitment, chasing every ball down. I think Jasper Mabunza up the back having a year now to get fit, because he came back from that severe injury. He'll be really strong at the back. He's there with Drublikaki, which is just fantastic. Osham Bamali on the other side, and you've mentioned Ori Nilroy on this side. That's a pretty formidable back four, and the way they get up and down on their flanks, they'll cause some worries. If you're not on your game, these guys will be in there, and they'll be at the back of the net moving.
Exactly, Bruce. And again, we saw it last year with Hearts. They weren't a team just to sit back. They were a team to look to press and look to go and score more goals. Even though they were conceding, they still looked to go and try and score. So I think Damon Order would have them tuned in to do exactly the same this year. Again, with Michael Radiatis, new players coming in, see how they gel.
Yep.
That'll be very interesting. So I'm looking forward to a good game here tonight.
Indeed. And the pitch looks fantastic. We've had plenty of rain over the wet season, been a true wet season in the top end, and had to put the sprinklers on only a couple of nights, mate. So it's, instead of being 40 grand a month, it's $400. So thank you to the heavens above and to the big man. So it looks good, and we look forward to the players doing the best and be the best they can on a pitch that will give them really true bounce, and the passing should be as accurate as these guys can produce. My name is Bruce Stalder. I've got John Tamboris with us. We're so pleased to bring you this FFA Cup Round 1 match that will feature Uni Azzurri, and on your left, in the white and their traditional strip with the black socks, Darwin Hearts. We'll get this one underway when the referee makes his way to the centre. Referee is Albert Kraus, our most experienced and credentialed referee. It's good to see him in the middle. He's been working out as well, and he'll be looking forward to this like the players. I know what Albert's like. He's been counting down 168 days too. It's been a long time. We'll get this underway. This is FFA Cup, round 1 here in the top end on Larrakia Park, and I want to thank and acknowledge the elders, past, present and emerging, of the Larrakia Nation for permission to play this game tonight. Saltwater people in a beautiful part of the world. What we expect, John, that's a good ball out to Munya, who found some space on the right-hand side. Ball still with him, goes towards goal, will go down. Referee not interested. Munya's still down there. Doesn't look the best. Jasper's asking after him. Mabunza, that is. The central defender for Hearts. John expected what we saw then. It was just like kids open up the Christmas box. It was everywhere. Yeah. There it was. There was plenty of energy in the front here. And that's Jason Lee in the goals tonight for Darwin Hearts. They're running from left to right on your screen. They're in the white with the blue and the black socks. up against the traditional Azzurri, and they're going down that right side again. This time, Ashim Bamali on the chase. Munya behind him. This ball will beat both of them. And Assam Bamali makes sure it goes over. Concedes a throw-in on the northeastern corner of the main pitch here at Larrakia Park, where Darwin Football Stadium sits. And this will be the first throw-in of the game, John. Does find his player. It'll skip over the top, but cleared away by the big man, Jasper Mabunza. And this ball will bounce over towards the grandstand side, where it'll come off Azzurri, and we'll have a throw-in for Hearts here, about 3 metres into their offensive half. Early shot in anger. That's okay. It'll clear the cobwebs from the right foot. And it woke up a few birds in the tree. But the first shot from distance from Darwin Hearts. We'll get his number plate in a minute. As I said, like you, we'll get familiar with some of the players in the team, some of the new players. And that's Humble Man, number 7. And Humble Man's surname is Umba Kana. So the first shot of the new season in this FFA Cup game comes from Humble Man, number 7 for Darwin Hearts. So 3-on-1 there, but he's still got the ball away. That's a loose pass, now taken advantage of by a new player in Ethan Camiro. It's good to see Ethan back. He had a few injuries as well. Chris Akara there, danger man. I think he got 4 or 5 hat tricks last year. Cost us about $1,000 in balls as a gift. And there's a no-nonsense player over there, number 2. You know, I like him a lot. That's a hard-working Dean Edwards. He'll be going down that right flank all night, mate. Yep, that's it. And as a well-credentialed player, John, you know that managing your own enthusiasm and energy in this first 15 minutes is going to be, you know, something you now have to address, because you could be out there for 120 minutes and more. Nice powerful work from the Azzurri player on the left side here. Nice clean tackle in from a player with pace and good technique. That's Niroi. And Niroz is on the ball again now with a header, only as far as Azzurri. And you hear the call, Kenny, the Kenneth Nahn, number 6. Ball still remains for Azzurri. Crowd came alive there. Ball's good in a nice strong tackle. But Marley looks like he's grown again. You know, like every Christmas you have to buy him a new bed. Yeah, he's only a baby. And he plays in our... Yeah, they used to say that about you. He's in our under-23 emerging squad too for the Northern Knights, our rep side here in the Northern Territory in the top end, and a real talent, as is his right-back teammate in Niroz Sresna. And that's Kudradaki there with the ball. So it's put out, and Druba's put that one out of play. So it'll be a throw-in. Up comes one of the new players, Lewis Andolchenier. Look, I'll assume so. I haven't done my work on that yet. You caught me out. I would say so. Yes. So they'll be well trained in technique, for sure. So we have Paul, Chenela, and Lewis. Chemelair, sorry. Should be pronounced. Chemelair. Right, first corner. This one for Azzurri. Northeast corner of this Larrakia pitch. First round of the FFA Cup. Sizes up. Places it in. It's got some floats. It drifted dangerously. Couldn't bring it down. Number 4 turns it and tries it again from here. Another opportunity. And that's Paul Chenelair. Body's on the ground. And arms in the air claiming it. Looks like it'll be another corner. Azzurri on the attack. 7 minutes on the North Crest scoreboard. Yeah, he's
And
only I think 1 goal off the top goal scorer for the whole of the NT. Beaten by the ever-present Simon Bell. And that's number 9 we're talking about, the big, lean striker in the middle there, Yuki Akara. And Yuki Akara, if he gives him the ball in those spots, he will penalise you. You will pay for it. At the moment, it's on the edge. Hearts with the ball. Nice, clean return. It's gone for Azzurri. Nice attempt by Hearts to say, I'll take it anyhow, but didn't work. And it comes back to number 3, which is Lewis. Chemelair. He goes to Kenny Naan. Ken puts it back to big Atiga Jiki. And Tiga puts a lovely ball through onto the run for Dean Edwards. He'll hit this at pace just in time. Come Osham Bamali. And he... Now, John, we have our first, set piece, and you always tell your kids in the National Training Centre program, which you have going on tonight behind us. They'll soon join us, the kids, when they finish that session. But to be switched on as a defender in these circumstances.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, we talk about the 1%ers in the game and staying focused and staying switched on, and there's teams out there that solely rely on set pieces to score goals. So they're one of those things that we teach our young kids to always be switched on, whether we've got a free kick or corner against or for. So.
Let's see, we've got 2 in the wall. Hearts running from left to right in the screen, defending this anxious ball as it comes in. It's got flight and turn. It's lovely. If that hadn't been Drew Bukaki on the header, that would have fallen right on the head of Akara, who's still dangerously in the box. Now it's cleared away by the same player we mentioned earlier in Drew Bukaki. Now Hearts have an opportunity to push this forward. Ball's played well by their number 9. He goes on a run, a scurry and a ball across. This ball's going to fall well to. He has opportunity to take the shot. He takes the shot. Brings out the best in the keeper. And that's Dylan. And McNeven onto that ball. Down low. And... yeah, parried away, then returned in the gloves. But that's a good indication of what Hearts will do to you on the counter. And there was a classic example of that. Ball comes back. Now it comes back. Throw in here on the grandstand side. This is Tuesday night football. First round of the FFA Cup. It's knockout football. One team will go home. One will progress to round 2. Who will it be? We have 11 minutes on the North Crest scoreboard so far in this first half, and it's been energetic, to say the least. And nice work from Chris Akara. Offside, and called early by the assistant referee. And instructions coming, I would say, bellowing from the technical area, from Hearts, because Damon Aldrich, their coach, saw a flaw in the defensive pattern, then wanted to fix it for Hearts. Here we go. And nice calm work from the keeper, Dylan. And McNevin gets his team underway. Now sits down here. And Daniel Marimbi playing in the midfield there for Uni Azzurri, ex of Casuarina. There's a chance again on the counter. Very quickly played. Nice defensive work, though, from Uni Azzurri. Tag-teamed number 9 for the Hearts and was successful in retrieving the ball from him and getting their side underway. Leon Curra is number 9 for the Hearts. He's been busy. Yet to find a clean shot on goal. It will come. Right, that's Daniel Marimba again. Puts a lovely left ball through. That's a gorgeous ball. The long legs are running. Nice intervention from the defence for Hearts. That'll please the coach. Yeah, and Anita Nero's swift move across the pitch for that. Tiga stands his ground, the big defender. Puts a header in. That's a nice little bicycle kick over the top. Reditas is in there for Uni Azzurri, cleared away. Plenty of entertainment in this football match, only 13 minutes old. Can they keep this up? Now's a lovely ball through. Keeper comes out. Player on the ball. Keeper, well done to the young fella. It is indeed. And Jason Lee made himself a wall to get around and successfully stop that challenge and charge from Uni Azzurri. Score remains 0-0. Uni Azzurri running from right to left with possession at the moment. They're in the blue with the white socks. Strips look fantastic. Players still trying to get air into those lungs. You'll be a bit of that with the humidity around tonight. Early games too. First match for either side. He's got free of him. Turns it inside. Now it's a beautiful work from Reditas. The big central defender, Peter Reditas, in there early. Cleared that away. Very dangerous for Hearts, John. But a timely intervention from the central defender. That's humble man Umbakana. Offside call. But as you said, John, he's looked really enterprising. Yeah, he's looked lively. And he's one of those players that, you know, if you look around, he's there and then he's not. Yeah. So you really have to make sure that you know where he is on the pitch. He's quite a creative player. Early days, 14.5 minutes on the Northcrest scoreboard. This is FFA Cup here in Darwin, the top end of Australia. It's a beautiful night, clear, and skies above us. Storms well down to the south, which you don't think we'll get tonight. Bit of humidity around, but eased up by a northern breeze that's got a little bit of bounce behind it. And the players, and you can see on the corner post, they're moving around and adding some relief to the players. Darwin Hearts coach sending out orders.
And that's what I love about Darwin Hearts, because they put players that can just produce things at certain moments of the game. They can change the outcome of the game. I mean, they've got some exciting players, and watching them come to life. I mean, you know, the two new boys that we've spoken about, Hubbleman, for example, again, had a couple of opportunities now. And this is just a sneak peek of what we've got in store for the year. I can't wait to see the rest of it.
You know, you said often last year, mate, if Hearts we're talking about here could just get a consistency in their play and give us, 45 minutes each half, they would be a threat to the competition, and that'll be the task again this year. And I think a year under their belt. Don't forget, first time in the Premier League last year, so this is really their second term, kindergarten really, if you look at it that way, up against some squads that have been well and truly, 30 or 40 years in Premier League. So, and Uni Azzurri, again, a strong community club with a long history as well. So, Hearts of the Newbies. That's Niroz. Put a ball over the top. They're still in play. Goes for a first time. Goes back, gets the ball. Well played. Now humble man on it. He goes back to, looks like another Stressler. It was. Nice play. There's a shot in anger there. And cleared away quickly by McNevin. Pressure placed. End-to-end stuff. Niroj Srethna puts a ball down to the humble man and he puts it across the goal where it's cleared away by Dylan Edwards. In the midfield, Daniel Marimba. Kisakara. Stay on your feet. Kenneth Nahm with the ball now. Hellenic last year, now back with Uni Azzurri. He's such a presence in the midfield. Now that ball's gone over. Dylan Edwards on the run. Munya comes in behind him and settles. Dylan goes over the top looking for a header from an advancing Akara. Timing was good ball. Just eluded him. He's a tall man at pace, long lanky steps he takes. He just couldn't get his header on that lovely cross from Edwards. Ball's been put out by one of the new players for Uni Azzurri, wearing number 3 in his back. And that's Lewis. And Chemelair. And Chemelair and his brother Paul have had presence already in this match. Right, humble man on again. He turns it inside. Nice work. Nicely cleaned up by Atiga. Atiga Ajeki. And from that solid work at the back by Ajeki, the ball's now advanced considerably down into the Uni Azzurri offensive half, where they'll have a set opportunity to move it further to the north, so to speak, and to goal. If you just joined us, we're coming up to the 19th minute of a round 1 first game of the FFA Cup here in the top end. An FFA Cup, one of the great innovations and initiatives from Football Australia. That, along with the W League and A League creation. This is the third major innovation here for Australian football. And it's well liked by spectators, loved by players and coaches, and over 740 teams have entered again this year. So it shows you, if not, it has to be the biggest community club sport and competition in the country by a long way. There's a nice ball through. Daniel Marimba looking for a run. Didn't get it on that occasion. That's Ethan Camira. Good to see him out playing again. Lovely ball, son. Onto the run. That's great work from the little maestro in Drubra. Doesn't he? Yeah, he's really solid at the back. Yeah, he's moved to Alice Springs, I think, yeah. So humble man on the ball takes a first-time shot off the slides off his boot and runs into the Darwin Hart sign there. And Dylan McNevin. McNevin will go and collect the ball at leisure. No rush, he says to his teammates. Let's just start this again. Patient build-up. 21 minutes on the Northcrest scoreboard. This is FFA Cup on a Tuesday night, round 1. First game here at Larrakia Park, Darwin Football Stadium. No scorers yet. If you just join us, running right to left is Uni Azzurri in their traditional blue strip with the white socks. And they're playing out from the back, goes across to Reditis, the other centre back. Now time to Munya. Munya over the top. And Ethan Camiro with an optimistic ball forward, but you can see what they're planning to do, John. Jeez. So Dylan. Well done, McNevin. Agile, quick. Adds real presence at the back of this side. And he's going to be central to any success they have this year. Yeah, he looks fit too. Oh, it's Kenneth, unselfish as usual. Puts it onto a platter for Daniel Marimba. Marimba puts it through to Chris Akara. Just couldn't get that one around. Now it's in a dangerous position because the young fella, Niros, is on the ball. Niros was trying to find number 9, which is Leonard Kara. Niros is going to have a shot from there, and he puts it away. Some 42 metres from goal. Yep. Into the safe hands and breadbasket there of the keeper for Uni Azzurri in Dylan McNevin. Ethan Camiro busy early. Now it falls for Daniel Marimba, who's really been an absolute find in that midfield position. He's been servicing his front 3 or 4 well. That ball will roll out over on the eastern sideline. So Dylan Edwards with the little engine. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. He'll have the ball now. Yeah, and a starring role all year, mate. He was fantastic in the grand final. St Mary's lost by a point after playing for nearly a week to get a result. But Paredes was fantastic in that. For people who don't know the sport here in the Northern Territory, we share our athletes across all codes. They come back better and stronger for having played both in our game. They're more skillful when they go back to AFL, and when they come to us from AFL, good luck trying to push them off the ball. And a lot of them play both codes, and it's fantastic. We encourage them to keep fit and healthy and play team sport. So he'll have some presence when he comes back. He'll really add to that top 3 or 4, whatever he plays. Totally agree. Right, this falls. Didn't get the header he wanted. Stephen Coe. Now we have Humble Man. And Humble Man, Umbakana, looks across, finds Bamali. Bamali goes back to Umbakar. He moves forward on the run, just got away from him. Gave the opportunity then for the central defender from Uni Azzurri to get in and clear that ball away. So they're now on the attack. He'll be pulled up for that. And he may even pick up something. No, he'll get a verbal warning on the run. And if you raise 2 hands, that looks, I'm guilty. And Awesome Bamali now pointing directions after that indiscretion. Looks like Peter Reditis will come up and take this set piece. Players slow to get and react. 23 making his way back down there now for the Heart side. And I wasn't going to say it wouldn't be us without 23 not having been on our team sheet. We will find out who that is. As soon as we can, we'll let you know. I think it's Stephen Coe, but it could be wrong. There's one over the top. And that one we collected in by the new keeper for Darwin Hearts. Jordan Stoppard would normally be between the sticks. But Jason Lee there tonight. An admirable backup. And good to see him getting game time. Great bloke too. Rather than negatively happy?
I think he'd be very, very happy with the way things have gone so far. And let's be honest, I think the actually had a bit more to do than the Azzurri has had more to do. So again, in terms of the way both teams have come out, I think Hearts have created probably the better chances.
Yeah. And we're at the 26-minute mark, coming up to 27. And one of those chances on again. Dylan, been never out there early. Let's give you confidence with him behind you as a defender. Puts the ball through. Drubrakaki there first. Goes back to big Jasper Mabunza. Jasper showing he's got skill as well. That ball's going to misplace and find Kenneth Nane on the run. Kenneth puts a lovely ball in front of Kusakara. He goes forward. He'll take a shot from there and does. This ball is going to come off the hand and trickle along the ground and into the goal. We have our first goal for the season. It wasn't a pretty one, but it's what he does. He gets an opportunity, he takes the opportunity, and what it is 1-0 Uni Azzurri on the scoreboard. And to your point, John, you know, it's a lonely place being a goalkeeper, even lonelier than when those things happen. Now it's the test of him to come back, get it out of his mind. It's one moment in a 90-minute plus game. He's got plenty more to do. Let that not hang around him like the proverbial albatross. So Hearts underway. He just has a knack of scoring. Right, Dylan Edwards puts the ball through to Munya. Munya on the run. Lovely fluid runner he is. Lovely technique and skill. He'll go back, puts the ball to Edwards. Edwards comes further afield. That is Camiro. Camiro comes across to Kenny Nane. Ken's going to have a go, and does. Touch there from the keeper, and Jason Lee, fully stretched, airborne, and the ball must have been just on his fingertips. It's gone out of play. We'll have a corner here on the grandstand side, Larrakia Park. 1-0 the scoreline. Uni Azzurri early. A little bit of an opportunist goal. As you said, John, more shots in anger really from Hearts up until that point. But what do? You find yourself 1-0 down on the scoreboard. Looks like Ethan Camiro taking it. Good to see him back on a football field. Moves in, right foot. Gives it pace. Dangerous ball, still alive. Cleared away by Hearts. That looked dangerous, ever so dangerous for them. Roditas back with some lovely work. That's what you want to see. Central defender, desperate. Dylan Edwards goes back and going to start again. It's all happening in the 29th and a half minute. This is round one, FFA Cup here at Larrakia Park. One team will go home, one will go through to round two. If we don't have a decision at the end of 90 minutes, John will go to 30 minutes of extra time, and if that still doesn't do it, into your favourite penalties. You used to love walking up, taking a penalty. That's right, yeah. Couldn't keep you down. Nice work from Camiro. Finds Kenneth Nane. Kenneth puts a lovely ball through. The chase is on. And, of course, in the chase, number 2, Srethna, he is on pace. Thought he had the ball then on that clearance. Didn't. It's going to go to Uni Azzurri. It's been true already. That's Niros. Srethna, number 2. Lightning fast on this right side or the grandstand side. And they're running left to right, of course. Darwin Hearts, 1-0 down on the scoreboard. Thank you to Northcrest. Unfortunate for Camiro. No delay here, back into the game. This one falls for Ajika. Tries to put a cute little ball through, but doesn't find number 4. John, the more I look at these team sheets, I think we've got number 3 wrong as well. We'll get this fixed at half time. Everyone's been running around with their heads missing today, so totally expected, totally understandable. Boy, there's a long ball through. One of the first times Hearts have played a long ball. And if you do that, you want to make sure you're in front of number 5. And Tiga Ajiki there as usual. Referee calls for a new ball. That's gone out of play. Good crowd in today, John. We can only go to a certain number because of COVID. We've still got to do it. I reckon we're about 498.5. So they're enjoying their first taste of football for 168 sleeps. Because we kept you off it. And that was hard enough. But yeah, it looks good, doesn't it? It's a carpet. Yeah. Thank you to Surrender and Gus. Put in an all-nighter. That's Humble Man on the ball again. That's his first name, puts it over the top. And Kenneth Naan. And it looks like, and I'll check with the sheet, it should be Mohammed Al-Salah. Right, now this ball off Daniel Marimba. It's gone as high. If we had clouds, it'd be with them. Now the chase is on. Defenders up, chasing at the heels of Chris. Chris takes the shot and puts it away to the left of the keeper and leaves defenders in his wake, and a ball in the goal and another one on the scoreboard. You just cannot keep Akara out of the game. Wow. He is. Now, if we can just sub him now, there won't be a hat-trick. Number 9, Chris Akara. 2 goals, and 2 goals for his football team, Uni Azzurri. We're going to have a substitution here. Hopefully this will align with the... That's number 13 going on. And I've got a feeling that 13 is actually 3, and that's Lewis, who I've been calling to another player. That's Lewis Chenelier, and his brother Paul has just come from the pitch wearing number 4. So 13 is his brother Lewis. So the brothers have had to swap places on the field. They like they play the same position too, John, on the right, on the left-hand flank here. Not many places in France that would be like this. Kenneth Naan looks up, finds it. Daniel Marimba, first time pass off the chest, shot on goal. And he's already in the game. Here's Lewis. Dream start. He can show you what he needs. He needs the ball, and it's going to be dangerous. Chemelair, number 13. And that's Billy Anatarangul there, number 8 with that ball and throw in. Good to see Billy back and fit. Gets the ball again, as again, he'll pinch about 3.5 metres. Well done, Billy. Puts it in. Now we've got Humble Man, Ukana on the run. And Umbakana is dispossessed far too easily. Long stride run from Ajiga Tiga. Ball still moving forward. This time Jasmine Mabunza there early to clean up. And Santos, the captain, Srethna. And Sontao, sorry, not Santos, Santal. Srethna, number 6, wearing the captain's arm band tonight. For Darwin Hearts, they're running left to right on your screen. This is FFA Cup. Remember, one team goes through, one goes home. Knockout football. Coming up to the 36th minute on the Northcrest scoreboard here in the top end, Darwin, in the tropics of the great continent of Australia. Wherever you may be, I hope you're enjoying this presentation on the live streaming platforms of FNT and FFA around this FFA Cup game. And it's Daxon Yazy, I think. That is Daxon, and he's actually dyed his hair. That's why we know Daxon from last year. He came on as a sub, and he's actually in the starting lineup tonight, which is great for his personal development as a footballer. He's obviously had a good pre-season, The coach is giving him a start, which is great. Ball's free now. Here he goes. Chemelere puts it across. No power on that pass and misdirected in the end. Cleared away by Bamali for Hearts. But everyone not totally switched on there. He does. Yep. Substituted for his brother in around the 33-minute mark. 2-0 is the scoreline. Favour of Uni Azzurri. We sit here at Larrakia Park on a Tuesday night. It's a beautiful evening. Ethan Camiro on the ball again. Right foot, places the ball. Takes his 3 or 4 steps back. And sends it in. It's got good drift on it as well. That's a dangerous ball. Cleared away by Jason Lee on this occasion. Only as far as Munya. Munya will go back to Daxon. Daxon with the ball again. Goes back to Kenneth Nahn. A real presence already in the midfield. He's such a bonus for the football team. Uni Azzurri. And now to the very comfortable goalkeeper wearing the number 1. And Dylan McNeven. Right, Ethan Camiro on the ball again. Number 8, he's been in the midfield. Nice and patient play from him. Daxon looks up, tries to put it through, but only finds Big Mabanza at the back for Hearts, who clears it away. Now it's come free. Played advantage, didn't come. It wasn't forthwith. Peter Adidas angling back to say, are you okay? He'll do it from a distance. Yeah, he's a wise old head in the football team. Leonard Cora, number 9, brought down there by Peter Adidas. Peter, of course, is the captain and wearing the armband for Uni Azzurri. His dad coaching, Michael, in the technical area. Family steeped in the love of football. Right, Hearts. About 2 metres into their offensive half. Goes over the top. It's a low ball. Comes off Ethan Camiro's head. Head bounced back with that collision with the ball. Now, Daniel Marimba, who's been really a real presence and real effect from his involvement in the game. As is this bloke, Kenneth Nahn, number 6. Kenny gets the call, goes back. Finds the player we just talked about, Daniel Marimba. Daniel gets a run. Number of players running for him. He's trying to slice it through 3 or 4 Hearts. Can't do it, but it's been picked up by Chemelere. That's Lewis. Lewis goes down with a bit of theatre. And he's going to get something out of it. A Golden Globe. Oh, and a and a set piece for his football team. Oh, 2-0 scorelines are always dangerous. We know that from A-League days. So, whistle goes, ball's in. A little lower than usual, cleared away easily by Hearts. Only as far as Kenneth Nahn. He'll put a low ball along the ground. Nice even bounce on this beautiful pitch. Daniel Marimba goes way, way back to his keeper. McNeven comes this side on his left foot, goes over the top. Lovely ball to Kenneth Nahn, who found space. Billy's coming a little late there. That's too strong and powerful. It'll run over the goal line. We'll come back for a corner kick. Just want to say thank you to our new sponsor. We've got McDonald's on board this year, mate. We've got Ward Keller, the Territory Law Firm. We've got Diamond Barbers. Nico, I'll need to send you down there. Joining us this year as well. They'll all be part of our partners, as of course helping people achieve our HPA, our wonderful all-ability partners. Shout out to all the young men and women that work at HPA every day. I don't know if you've ever been down there. It's just a joyous place to go, mate. Lovely work they do. Right, ball in play here. Only 4 or 5 minutes of time to go in this first half, and we'll see if there's time added. Keeper, Uni Azzurri with the ball, running right to left. He puts it over to the eastern side of the Larrakia. thought you were going to tell me a secret, John. Yes, no, he is a good goalkeeper. Yeah. No, it looks like you've been working out every day. And COVID is obviously omnipresent here in Australia. Currently, the Brisbane have a 3-day lockdown. Our thoughts go out to the greater Brisbane area and now the Byron Bay area, Shire in New South Wales and Redlands, a few other places around there. I'm sure they'll get under control and they'll get back to some normalcy and they can start to get the economy working again. Here in the Northern Territory, we've been fortunate by both our location and geography and our health workers and our government and the people of NT have done a wonderful job. If you remember rightly, this time last year, John, a little bit later, but we were into lockdown around this time. And then we emerged in June and be the first in the country to play football. Nice work from Heartsy. What can they do with it? Redidis in the back wins that ball. The big captain goes forward and puts the ball out to Munya. He goes back to his captain. Captain goes through to Lewis. And Chemelair still with the ball. Daniel Marimba, there's a lot of people, you throw a rug over him, get most of them. Takes a shot, it'll harmlessly bounce around to the right-hand side of the goals, but will be a corner. Absolutely. And, mate, you're always in dispute, so I want to tell you that Ward Keller, the Territory Law Firm, they do personal and business dispute resolution, John. So whenever you're arguing with your coaches, I'm going to send you down there. And a howdy to all the people at Ward Keller, and thank you for being a partner this year. All right, ball set, here we go. It's again Ethan Camiro on the ball. He's been pleasant, he's been ever present and effective with the ball. Puts a lovely curling ball in. He's up to it, cleared away from the line or almost the line by Hearts. Shot in anger again. Dipping ball collected well by Jason Lee. All happening down that end, the McMillan's Road end, after what was originally a car park end that was down the Marara Sporting Precinct end, which is the southern end of our Larrakia Park. Darwin Football Stadium. Here's a chance. Nice work, Dylan Edwards. So quick on the ball. Goes back in again, just a bit wide. You can see the intention. He's trying to twist that around. You can see some of the central midfielders here asking for the ball to be played into the centre there rather than that ball. 44 minutes, coming up to 45 minutes. We'll see if there's time added on. This is round one. So good to bring you this live streaming of a FFA Cup match here in the top end in Darwin. Wind's still strong, John, from the northern, which has had a little bit of relief around the humidity that would normally be here. It'd be very sticky without it. And the pace hasn't really dropped off. Nah. It'll be scurry and flurry then. It'll be all over. Yep. Right, ball's thrown in. We're into the time added on. We don't know exactly what the time is. We can on the new score, but there goes the whistle. Really entertaining. The crowd in the grandstand here, there's plenty of them, and they're making plenty of noise. So they've enjoyed that first half. It saw 2 goals to the one player, and that player was, John? And he did. Round of applause for the Uni Azzurri players as they come from the field. Darwin Hearts supporters will be wishing their players all the best and some good words in the half-time. They're back in the change rooms, which is fantastic. Their coach, Damon Aldred, will get in their ear. My name is Bruce Stalder. I'm here with John Tambouris giving us the expert comments. This is the FFA Cup Round 1 here at Larrakia Park. Thank you for joining us on this live stream. We'll take a short break at half-time, come back with a little bit of a summary and a pick apart of what we saw in that first 45 minutes. Welcome back. It's half time here at Larrakia Park on Larrakia Country. This is Darwin Football Stadium on the main pitch. We've had two teams go hammer and tong at each other. We have a 2-0 scoreline in favour of Uni Azzurri. This is knockout football, first round of the FFA Cup. I've got John Tamboris with us. John, that half pretty much went the way you thought it would. Is that how you read it?
Yeah, again, pretty much. Again, it was pretty cagey first 10 minutes, Bruce. But again, when you looked at the quality that Azzurri have, it was only a matter of time. And again, when Chris Aquara gets on the score sheet, you know he's going to get more and more and more. And again, he's pretty much picked up he's starting off where he finished last year. So again, in terms of the players that they brought in, they seem to gel as well. And as the game went on, the new players especially looked to gel. So they're going to be a force this year. But again, take nothing away from Hearts as well. I mean, we know they can produce anything, and there's a couple of players that they brought in this year as well, which are starting to make a difference. So they get one in the second half. Could be an interesting game.
Now, you said in that first half that a lot of the advantage was with Hearts for the first, say, 15 or 20 minutes, and then Uni Azzurri got back into the game. Just want to talk about a couple of players that were sitting in the midfield there, Ethan Camiro and Daniel Marimba. Did you think their distribution up to that very dangerous front line and, of course, to that flanking Edwards, and on this side we had the brothers, which we realised after a while genetically were connected, so that was good. We worked out who was Lewis and who was Paul. But, they had plenty of movement and swiftness on that side.
And, again, you've got Kenneth Nan that sits in the middle there, and he's pretty much the person that sits there and gets the midfield going. So when you've got the likes of Marimbi as well and Ethan Camirio that sit in those pockets just in between the lines, they're very, very dangerous. And you can see when Danny Marimbi gets that space, he looks to play those killer passes and plays those through balls. So, look, I'm expecting a pretty cagey second half. I think, the message from Radiatus would be, let's say we're 2-0 up, we haven't done anything yet. And again, Damon Order was saying if we get one, we're back in this. So it's going to be a very interesting second half.
Agree. 2-0 is always a dangerous scoreline in football. You're here in Darwin in the top end of Australia. It's a beautiful, beautiful wet season night. We're getting to the tail end of the wet season here in the Darwin region. We had a lot of rain last night coming in at that angle. But tonight, thankfully, there's been none around. We've had a really nice cooling breeze from the north, which has enabled the players to get around in what is a really humid condition. So my name is Bruce Stalder. This is John Tamboris. We're bringing you the FFA Cup round one. The scoreline sits 2 to Uni Azzurri, 0 to Darwin Hearts. Half of our first game after 168 sleeps and a countdown, John. It's been a long time coming, but we've been like kids on Christmas morning, rushing down those steps to get the prezi. You and I have been very excited about getting football back, and I'm told that our mic wasn't working correctly for you, so that would have been really amusing. John, what do you think? Nothing. But anyhow, there's a few mates. John Dean, obviously missing now from Port Darwin and Darwin. We miss him much, and the family. G'day to John and the lovely family. But mate, we would expect in this half, as you said in the halftime wrap, an opportunity for Hearts to come back. That's always a possibility. And you know what he can do from here.
Yeah, again, I'd favour him to try and hit the target here, and you know he's well and capable. So Nevin's on his game too tonight, so this could go either way, I reckon.
What a setup. Thank you, John. Here we go. Referee runs back, 4 in the wall. Whistle goes, moves in. It's got a little bit too much height. You can see what he was trying to do, just couldn't bring it down quick enough and early enough. That's first one for the season. If he gets 4 of those in a row, the third and fourth will go where it needs to be. 2-0 the scoreline in favour of Uni Azzurri. They're running from left to right on your screen. This is an FFA Cup round 1 match here on the top end. Ball's missing everybody here at the moment. Now it's back under play. That's Sreth, number 6. Puts the ball through. Picked up by Jiki. Mabunza on it now. Chris and him, big boy, big bodies coming together. Referee saw something. He's going to go the way of Hearts. Looks like there might be a sub here as well from Hearts. I'll get you to see the number, John, and see who it is.
It's number 17, which would be Stephen Coe. So as the game sort of wears on too, Bruce, I think both coaches will start looking to their benches. Again, it hasn't been an electrifying start in the second half. You can probably see that fitness is going to be the winner here tonight in terms of getting players through and so forth. So they'll be feeling the full effects.
I remember that. Fitness is the winner. Ball goes over the top. Comes out the keeper. Proud and strong. He's a dominant force at the back there. Puts the ball through now. This is 3-on-3 with the advance from the new addition to Uni Azzurri. He's got pace. That's Lewis. Puts the ball across. Overrun by Akara. Daniel Marimba in there for a chance. And Lewis. Chemaleo, exciting on that right flank, John. Exciting. Real pace on him. Good technique. Got the ball back in, but they both overran it.
Yeah, exactly, Bruce. And again, you've got to have some pace to beat Neroy's there, and he did extremely well. Just that final delivery in was what let him down. But again, end-to-end stuff, this is what we're looking for. A bit of excitement, which is great to see.
Right, ball remains. Neroy. There he goes again on a scurry. A beautiful ball in front of Chris Akara. Shirt grab as well. He moves it, tries to dip it over the top of the keeper. And Jason Lee, solid Jason, solid mate. Didn't panic, kept the body high, took the ball. Tried to jig it over the top there, John.
Yeah, again, made himself big, was what good goalkeepers do. And again, we obviously had, he had a bit of a blunder in the first goal, but since then, Bruce, his confidence has grown. You could just see he's coming more and more into the game, and great save from Jason to keep his team in it.
And if you're a young keeper, that's really good advice from John. Just let that, if you do an early mistake, just get it out of your head and move on. Plenty more minutes to recover from that. And Jason Lee's shown us today that he's well and truly up for this second half. Great save. And it's not often that big Chris Akara does not put one on the scoreboard in those circumstances. Right, we move forward. Uni Azzurri now in a defensive mode. This is an opportunity. Throw in with Hearts. Looks like that's Billy on the far side there. Long throw in. Got a little bit of the... John just getting a new mic, getting tested. Little one over the top. Again, Lewis on the run. The scurry of this man. Turns it on, puts a lovely ball in. Saved by Jason Lee. Outstretched, fully flanked. My goodness. Wow, what an impact from the 13, the substitution for Uni Azzurri. He is some player. Some player. Lewis Chemaleo put the ball back in. Just couldn't put it into goal, and it still took a nice stretch from Jason. You now mic'd up, mate?
Not yet, Bruce.
So in that circumstances, it's now a corner kick. Here it comes, John. It's a nice low ball put away by an early header from, looks like it was Neroz in there again. Dizzy's been working a lot. There's Daxon with the new hair colour. And Daxon Maisie, it's been really entertaining out there today, mate.
Yeah, it has been entertaining. Again, we're looking at Lewis, the new player that's just come on. Unselfishly trying to square it up. 9 times out of 10 players in that kind of position will look to slot it in. So, again, Azzurri should be 3-0 up. Heart's still in it.
You know, he's got the impact of McNabb at Hellenic. You know, like you give the ball him on the right side, you know he's going to go at you with pace. Maybe he can put a ball inside or take the kick. And at this stage, he's been unselfishly pushing it onto platters and feet and everywhere else, but no one's actually eaten at the table yet.
Exactly, Bruce. And again, sometimes it's good to have that selfishness as well when you're in front of goal. And but again, cut it back. He's done all the right things. Just his teammates couldn't help him out.
And selfishness at the back of the defence as well, John. Oops. Ball played on. And Edwards goes all the way back to the solid keeper. It was great to see him back in the Premier League in the Uni Azzurri green goalkeeping kit. And we're talking about a really, really solid player there in Dylan McNevin. Right, 2-0 is the scoreline. Uni Azzurri running from right to left, currently leading on the Northcrest scoreboard. We're into the 60 minutes of this knockout game in the FFA Cup. Round 1, game 1. That's a ball over the top with Munya. It's going to go too far. It'll be collected. Well done, Jason Lee. Brave work. Big Chris Okawa coming at you. Some heroic stuff from Neroz in the first case and then again from their keeper, Jason Lee. Nice skip around there from number 6 from the Hearts team. And that's the captain, Sontau Shrestner. He's unleashed. Humble Man. Humble Man will take a shot. Will he? He puts it back, and a nice one. And Leon Cara couldn't bring that one down. Now Kenneth Nam with nice work. That's a nice bit of luck for Kenneth, but he'll take it. Now Daniel Marimba with space. No one on the midfield attacking him. He's got time. He could grow a beard there. Now goes back to Ethan Camiro. Ethan looks across, goes to Daxon. Maisie. Kenneth Nunn again. Playing patient football here, Uni Azzurri. Redidas, their captain, goes back to his centre defender partner. Trying to find their way through here, John.
Yeah, again, being patient in their build-up. Looked like they're going to, here, we've got a chance here. I was just crossed offside. Again, just needed to time his run there. He'd be annoyed with that run, Daxon. But again, looking down the line, it's one of the most annoying things for a coach is when your left-sided player where he can see everything gets caught offside. So again, I think Azzurri's looking for that third goal. Hearts are still in it. We spoke about it before. This could go down to the wire.
Your original comment too about it hasn't been a lightning start. You can see how both sets of teams and the players within are trying to get their breath back, get settled. It is a breeze that's now dropped, John, so the humidity's starting to kick in. So they will feel it in the next 30 minutes. And if Hearts can get one, as you mentioned earlier, they'll be real trouble for Uni Azzurri. At the moment, the ball is at the right end for them. Now it's been put away as high and long, and Jasper Mabunza puts his body to it. Now Daniel Marimba puts it out. Munya on the ball. He's swapped with Lewis. Chamere. Now it goes to their big striker, and he's too far, too early, and offside. You like it when your right and left flankers and your wingers swap over, mate?
Yeah, I don't mind that. Again, it changes the dynamic of the way they play. So again, just looking at Lewis out on the left-hand side now. He's obviously drifted from the right to the left. He likes to come inside and use that right foot. So again, great ploy, and sometimes, you get a bit of joy. If you're not getting joy, you're going to swap sides. So great ploys by both managers doing it tonight.
John's talking in the first instance about Uni Azzurri there, and the substitute has been electrifying, and that is Lewis Chemelair. And Lewis is now on the left-hand side, and Munya, well known to people in Darwin as a technique and pacey player, a player with good technique and a pacey player, I meant to say. He's playing on the right flank at the moment. Nice work from the ever-dependable Niroz Sresna. And Niroz Sresna puts the ball across field. Now we've gone forward, but it's come all the way back. It'll go out of play. No, the referee's seen an indiscretion. No, it's gone out of play. It'll just be a throw-in. Done and taken quickly by Hearts. Ball still with them. That's Humble Man. And Humble Man Umbukana loses that ball there. What can Uni Azzurri do with it? Daniel Marimba has been a real presence in that midfield. Finds Munya now, who can scurry and run on the 7. Nice, intelligent work from Niroz again. As you said, John, that's going to be a battle.
Yeah, exactly, Bruce. And again, I think they're just becoming a bit too predictable now, Azzurri, when they're going for and trying to play that through ball into Chris. And I think the way Hearts have set up, they're starting to catch on, and it's becoming easy for them.
So as a player and a coach, you've seen those changes by Hearts. What are you going to do to try and penetrate them and get another score for Uni Azzurri, mate?
So again, I think they should be using the width a bit more. Again, they're trying to go through the middle. And again, just with Chris's pace here.
Chris Akara on ball on right foot, turns on the inside, takes the shot. Nice work from Jasper Mabunza. He didn't really enter into the tackle. He kept there and he just made it difficult for him.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't dive in. Jasper, again, could have dived, didn't dive in. Dived in last minute. We, again, forced Chris wide and obviously made it easy in terms of the shot. Went straight to the goalkeeper.
And being an old central defender that you are, you would have liked what you saw then.
Exactly. Again, Jasper's been involved in the program as well. So, again, we've always used to speak about staying on your feet, trying to take a defender one way and trying to take him away from goal. It's right out of the textbook there.
Absolutely, and his shot went to Jason Lee, the keeper, but as John said, it was about a metre to the left of the post. So well played, Jasper Mabunza, the central defender for Hearts. They, at the moment, sit behind on the scoreline. They've got nothing on their score side and 2 on the sheet for Uni Azzurri. 66 minute just rolls over on the North Crest scoreboard. I want to say thank you to our sponsors, the Northern Territory Government, also Kappa, Steel Line with service over and above in steel product delivery, NTF, the construction supply specialist, also HPA, helping people achieve, our All Abilities partner, and our new sponsors, McDonald's, Ward Keller, the Territory Law Firm, and Diamond Barbers, all joining us for season 21. And they're as excited as we are, John, about a season that's got plenty of potential and opportunity for players both in the Women's Premier League and the Men's Premier League here in the top end.
Again, looking at the Women's Premier League, I'm excited about that one, I can tell you. Obviously, watching a majority of those games last year, they've recruited well. Most of the clubs have recruited well. Great to see Port Darwin in the Premier League, in the Women's Premier League this year. So I'm excited. We've got players coming back. We've got new players in town. As I said before, they've recruited well, so I'm looking forward to another great season in the Women's Premier League this year.
While we were talking, John, and thanking our sponsors for the 21 season, Chris has gone from the pitch. He's got cramp. And Will, the ever tireless Will, always helping that football club out and that Premier League side down there, doing some work now on his lead striker, who's off the pitch. Ball still dangerous in the air. Comes down for Kenneth Nunn, takes the shot. It's not Kenneth Nunn, it was a sub. They made a sub. My apologies. That looks from here. No, they haven't, mate. At sub, they're actually playing with 9 outfielders and 1 in goal at the moment. That was Tiga looking dangerous here on the right. Thought he was a striker for a minute. In fact, he can play anywhere on the pitch, John. He's always competent wherever you put him.
Exactly, Bruce. Again, Tega Jacob possesses. He's a utility. He can play anywhere. Again, he's been in the night setup as well, where we've utilised him in central positions, whether it's centre back, centre midfield, up front as a lone striker. Can actually play as a winger. So great person in the dressing room as well. So again, having him involved in the nights and being involved in a team, it'd be a pleasure for anyone or any coach.
Look, he's a great person. You're absolutely right. Family man, lovely child, really does well. And now the ball's fallen through. Will he go on the right foot? Takes the shot. No, he does now. There we get it. That is so well deserved. If one player deserved a goal, it's him. And we get a celebration. It's to the heavens and the arms outstretched. That is a new player for Uni Azzurri. He has troubled everybody since he's got on here, including us, because we're trying to get his name to actually match on the sheet. But that is Lewis. a new player. And Chemalea, he has threatened whenever he's had the ball, and that time he put it into the goals and now has forever changed the scoreboard to 3-0, Uni Azzurri. John, what did you see?
Again, calm under pressure. You could see he didn't rush it, took that extra touch, went around the defender, slotted it past the goalkeeper as well. There's signs of a very good player, and I'm looking forward to seeing him throughout the season, Bruce.
Well said. Look like we're going to have a substitute here. Espo Milk was going to come on, number 12. He will replace the scorer of 2 goals in Chris Akara. So Chris is still getting work on those hammies, calves and knees. They're looking after him, their key player. And so we have Espo Milk, number 12 for Uni Azzurri on the field of play. Substitute also going to happen for Darwin Hartz. Number 19, that's Kasim Kine on the field. Sorry, come from the field, I think. I can't remember. Which way did he go, John? Which way did he go? 17 is out there now. That's definitely a substitute they've made. Stephen Coe out there, of course. We've noticed him earlier. Come on, Hearts. There's a goal there. Bamali puts it across to the captain. Armband on his left arm. That is Shrestner. Ball's gone out of play, unfortunately. To the advantage of Uni Azzurri. Dylan Edwards says, scurry and off you go, Espo Milk. And Espo duly takes on that challenge, but good defensive shutdown from the Shrestner brothers, or the Shrestners, in Niroz and Sontau. There's a good ball from Daniel Maribi. All that hard work, but no one running onto it. Now they get there late. Goal scorer there, the third goal scorer. The new player. And with his little effort there, he's going to get the ball back through a throw-in. John, we have a really beautiful full moon coming up in the eastern sky there, just over the scoreboard. Just the best place in the world up here, mate.
Yeah, it's great. Again, I saw a couple of dragonflies today, so I don't know if the dry season's upon us or it's on its way. But again, great weather. I don't enjoy the outdoors as much as I should. I know that. I think I haven't been past Palmerston, which is only 17 k's away. So, look, yeah, it's a great place. You know, Darwin, the Northern Territory, great place. Home's home, and we love being here, and we love the things that it brings us and gives us.
I come back and I say, I've been to Kakadu, and you go, where's that? Or I go, Litchfield, where's that? John is very much a home man. He looks after his mum and dad and the family, and he's only been here 400 years. But it's a beautiful part of the world, and if you ever get a chance, come up here and enjoy what is a spectacular part of Australia. Nice skill from Espo Milk. Got his fans in the crowd. Espo always brings 1 or 2 or 40 to support him. Yeah, exactly. Number 12, the substitute for Uni Azzurri, who are leading on the scoreline 3-0. We're in the 73rd minute, nearly. This is FFA Cup. It's knockout football. And at this stage, it looks like Uni Azzurri will be going through to round 2. But we still have about 18, maybe 17 minutes to go, plus time added, for Hearts to get on that score sheet and make it a frenetic ending.
Yeah, exactly. And again, they were looking for that third goal, and it's come. I think the key thing now would be obviously getting players through the 90 minutes, key players especially, injury-free we spoke about, and not conceding. I think, you know, with the back line that they've got tonight, with Edwards, Radidas, Tega, JK, and Daxon out on the left, looks like a formidable back four there. And with the goalkeeper as well that's just been recruited, they look a powerhouse this year, especially Azzurri. So they've recruited well. Looking forward to seeing more of them this year and in the competition, because I think they're going to make strides this year.
As a central defender, you never let an opportunity go to about clean sheets. Like it's for you, it's your goal scoring, isn't it?
Exactly. And again, I've had coaches that used to praise just clean sheets, because if you keep a clean sheet, you get one, you've won the game. So you know, working with the elite players now, we speak about, yeah, scoring goals is great, but keeping a clean sheet is just as important. So yeah, it's a pinnacle sort of component in terms of the way our NTC and our state teams will be playing.
And you had some pretty amazing coaches. Obviously, Ains Postacoglu coached you down there at South Melbourne. At this point, would he be making substitutions in terms of keeping fresher legs out there to look after some of his players, or do you think he'll run these guys out to give them a real full body workout?
Again, in terms of what you're looking at, I think Ange would have had 20 players on the bench and everyone would have got to run no matter what. So whether you get a half of football, whether you get more time in football, his pre-season will always about getting players, getting minutes in their legs, getting injury-free and getting ready for game one of the season. So I think Mike will be, both coaches will be probably thinking about game one. Obviously, FFA Cup, it's a great competition to play in. But getting minutes into the players is probably the main focus for these coaches.
John's talking about a 21-week season, so plenty of games ahead. And we kick off the season, the Men's Premier League and the Women's Premier League. We'll kick off on April the 9th here in Darwin. And as John mentioned earlier, we're really excited about what we're seeing in the women's game. Some real interesting new players, movements between clubs, coaches doing a lot of work in the off-season on their own accreditations. We're really excited about the Women's Premier League here at Larrakia Park, Darwin Football Stadium in the Women's Premier League for 2021. Right, now here we're still obviously in the second half. And where Azzurri has a 3-0 scoreline. That's a new scoreboard, John. So when we put up a message for Ward Keller, Personal and Business Legal Solutions, just for you, the clock changes. So as soon as that comes off, it'll go back to around the 73rd, 4th minute of this match. So you won't have to worry. You won't have to do the maths to work out where we're at. Right, on the advance comes Azzurri again. That ball goes into where Espire Milk is patrolling. Referee's moved in early. He's heard, seen, and concerned about that player who's down from Darwin Hearts. Gesturing to the technical area to get some support out to them. And that support's now heading out to give some aid and comfort to that player. Good crowd in tonight at Darwin Football Stadium. I want to acknowledge the elders past, present and those emerging from the Larrakia Nation. We're on their country. Saltwater people. Beautiful top end of Australia. Bit of movement from the player, which is encouraging. Spray being sprayed. And hopefully he'll be back on his feet. Now we've got a second person going out now. So we have a short break in play now. The player's getting to his feet on his own volition, which is good to see. Up and about. We'll go from the field for some work. Who is that? Strubrakaki. The very brave number 5. He does so much work for that football team. And Druba's going to have to come from the field. Hopefully he's okay. He was missing in the last couple of games of last season and sorely missed by this football team. Darwin Hearts, their first year in the Men's Premier League last year, were really entertaining additions. Olympics back this year, so there'll be a bye in our Men's Premier League. We have more teams than it is, so we'll have to have a bye, which is great news. Always a good problem to have. Right, Ethan Camiro coming from the pitch, Daniel Marimba as well, and we'll have a double substitution. It looks like number 11, Dalembo, will come on, and 15 as well. And 15, of course, is Tamatai. So Dalemba, number 11, 15, Tamatai on, replacing a hard-working Ethan Camiro. And really good to see Daniel Marimba in the midfield. I thought he had a really strong game and a really worthwhile 78 minutes.
Yeah, again, getting on the ball. Every time they went forward, it went through Danny today. And again, when he's got time and space and he gets the ball in between the lines, he's very, very dangerous. It's interesting to see that Kieran's come on. Obviously, Tega, we spoke about Tega, where he can play anywhere. It looks like he's gone up front as a lone striker. So interesting to see how Tega goes up as a 9.
Can I ask, in your career as a central defender, did they ever send you forward like that? Not when you're a kid, but when you're playing your professional stuff?
Well, I actually started as a 9, Bruce. So, again, playing all my teen years, in junior years as a 9. Then, obviously, as I met new coaches, they were saying, you play 9 back in the midfield. Then I went out on the right wing. and then there was right back, then I went left back, and then I went centre back. I think the only position that I haven't played is probably goalkeeper, and if it wasn't goalkeeper, I was probably going to be sitting on the bench. So, look, at the end of the day, I always thought I was a 9. Obviously, I didn't end up there, so credit to Tega, but he's at his senior level, at senior years, he's playing wherever he wants, which is great to see.
There's a short history of John's life, but he's very modest. He was a very accomplished centre-back. Anyhow, with the ball's with Hearts, and that's their captain there with a right footer in possession across to our replacement in number 3 in Jayan Muller. And Jayan just threw out a lazy right boot there. Referee's going to come over and have a chat, not going into his pocket. They've had a card tonight. That's very, very Albert. Totally Albert Krauss. I'm talking about the Central Defee. Really control their football match. Allowed play to play as it's been. It's been entertaining. It's had plenty of vigour. And a good centre referee is essential to that. Right. We're about to roll into the 80th minute of this first round match of the 21 version of the FFA Cup. Peter Adidas, the captain for Uni Azzurri, just dips one over the top. He finds that man we talked about, and like a hungry forward, he got his head to the ball, just misdirected it past the left upright. But John, to your point, play anywhere.
Yeah, again, play anywhere. I think he thought he was in the back line there, and he's looked to clear it. So, again, Tegs knows he could have done better there, but, again, he can play anywhere. We've seen him play in midfield. He can play out in the wing, so good opportunity, and he won't be happy with himself, I can tell you that one. And I won't let him, and I'll let him know about it.
I was going to say, and when he watches this back, he'll realise and remind you too. There is the substitution, Delembo, number 11 on the ball there. It's been dispossessed, and that's nice work from the substitute, and that's Joel. 14 is Joel Jock. Fleet of foot. Ball still remains with Humbleman. Brought down over the ball. Referee's going back to the injured player, and that's a long way back. That's all the way back to someone we don't want to see any player on the ground. And from Hearts' point of view, Nero Sresno, one of their best players and certainly one of the better players in the NTs, down on the ground. Feet on the ground, knees up, on his back. Support out there now with him. See how it is. Hopefully it's not too serious. He's moved on to his left side. Looks like it may even be an upper or an arm injury, John.
Yeah, it went behind play. Again, just as the ball's gone off, he's sort of gone down. So maybe it was just a leg that's just sort of hit him, or it's got him up high. It doesn't really look that serious, but he's in a bit of pain there, Bruce.
Those innocuous things often are quite painful, and let's just hope he's okay. While he's down, the players will take time to bring in plenty of air into those lungs here on a Tuesday night, FFA Cup night, first round, game 1. Uni Azzurri 3-0 over Darwin Hearts, and Uni Azzurri running from left to right if you're a late viewer and just joined us. And we're in the 82nd minute here on the Northcrest scoreboard. At this stage, Uni Azzurri will go through to round 2. Hearts will have to prepare again for FFA Cup 22. But as John mentioned earlier, this will be a preparation match for their return to their second year of the Men's Premier League here in Darwin.
Exactly, Bruce. And again, we're talking about getting those minutes in, how important that is. So, again, new players are coming off the bench. Hopefully there's no injuries tonight. But, again, looking at the Hearts this year, I think they're still missing that striker, that person that's going to score them 20 or 30 goals for the season. Defensively, I think they've done quite well in terms of they've been caught a couple of times in terms of transition. But let's be honest, in terms of Acquire and what he's produced today, you know, a pacey forward that's going to hunt everything down. I used to hate marking players like that. So we knew they were going to have a tough night tonight, but still plenty of positives to take out of this.
John Tambouris with the expert comments here on this coverage, live streaming of a FFA Cup Round 1 match in the top end of Australia. Just the most beautiful part of the world. Big full moon over there on the eastern skyline. Over the scoreboard end or side of the pitch. And there's the substitute, Joel Jock. Smaller frame, thinner frame, but fast as. That's Billy on the ball. And Leon Cara comes back, number 9, who's been sitting up there alone on the front, now coming back. No one's really sitting up front. You've got Humble Man here on the left, John. No one really up the front to present. They'll get this ball back. Kenneth Nairn's been picked up. I just looked across there, John, and saw 4 defenders and 1 lone humbleman. Number 7, a new player to the team. Umbukana, number 7. It's going his way now. One of the subs there in the middle will get his number for Darwin Hearts in a minute. Hussein Barakat is out there too, number 15, John. So he's joined the fray. Looks like he's going to play up on the right flank for Hearts.
Yeah, and again, it'll be interesting to see how he goes on the right hand side. They've utilised utilised the left hand side with the number 7, the new player. Humman, that's him. So again, he's been quite lively, but again, everything's come from the left hand side of Hart tonight. So it'll be interesting how the 15 goes and how he can impact this game.
Well, he's sitting out there. He's wearing number 15. His name is Hussein Barakat. He has an opportunity here on this set ball piece. On the ball is the ever-reliable Niroz Sresna. Look at that. He's trying to turn it around. That is so Niroz. Everyone was thinking he was going to the huddle. He's taken a goal. A shot on goal. And wasn't far off. Needed some good interventions from the keeper for Uni Azzurri. And he dutifully did that, the keeper. And it's Dylan McNevin. Right, the run on. Aspire Milk scurries down this grandstand side. Puts a lovely ball through to Munya. Munya has opportunity and time. Now we have the Frenchman on the ball. He's pushed it wide, but nice central play from Jayan Muller. Nice calm play there from the defender, John.
Yeah, again, read it well. Didn't dive in, just waited for the right moment to win that ball, and looked like Azzurri away there, but great defending from Hart.
You have an opportunity now, misreading there between the two players. Probably the 3rd time they've played together, and particularly probably the first time he's played with Big Atika up the front, as I saw on that occasion. So the central defender has now moved forward. So Chris Akara, who scored 2 goals in the first half, has gone off injured. His replacement is Aspire Milk, and in the shuffle, the big central defender has gone forward in Tiga Ajiki. And there he is on a run now. Nero Sresna, fastest player on the field. No advantage played. So Tiga, being the gentleman he is, will go back and assist. I thought he was going to pick him up by his feet then. He's certainly a strong man.
Yeah, again, great sportsmanship from Tiga Ajiki here. But again, you could just see, in terms of the running that we've gotten from Niroz tonight, he wears his heart on his sleeve, and again, he's been a shining light for somewhat a disappointing performance tonight from Hearts.
Yeah, we're talking here about the number 2, the left back, Niroz Sresna. Plays in the under-23 squad here, in the emerging squad for the Northern Knights, which is the senior men's team in our interstate representative matches. Been to Malaysia a couple of years back before COVID hit us, and excelled over there. Hopefully we'll get back again when COVID is well and truly put in its place, as the vaccines are rolled out across the world. They're talking about a bubble with Singapore, John. If that happens, we've got plenty of kids that would go there. In fact, half of Darwin was there 2 years ago with us.
Yeah, again, we always go to the Singer Cup, which is held in November. So, again, looking at that bubble, hopefully that bubble happens, and we always look forward to going to that, and obviously taking senior women's team and a men's team as well. So, hopefully things go back to normal and we can get our representative teams flying international, which is the best way to travel and obviously to play football games.
Yeah, particularly in the top end, we can be in those destinations: Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Timor, Indonesia, Vietnam, literally in 2 hours, if sometimes less than that. Proximity to where we are with Southeast Asia is one of our advantages. I always say our location is our biggest advantage, and there's an example of it, John. And you know, the talent that's in Asian football is extraordinary.
And again, it's expanding. They're spending a lot of money in terms of resources. We speak about Spanish influence in Asia at the moment, and South American influence. So again, they're powering on, and watching their national teams and their programs and club size as well. The way they're going is they're going to be a formidable, teams that are going to come from there. They're going to be formidable in the near future, and not just in the men's space, in the women's space as well, Bruce.
Indeed, we've seen some of that in the recent years, and we always enjoy going over there and playing football against them. There's a shot. It's come off. It's Lewis. It's gone over the play, over my office, over the roof, into the car park, and there's a ball gone. In that time there, we were talking about Asian football. Neroy Sresna's come off. They're working on him now on his calves. He was carried off, so hopefully, given how pacey he runs and how much energy he puts through those runs, that this is just a matter of massaging some pain out of his legs. And that's what they're doing at the moment. And the game commences and recommences in some ways. Can Hearts get a goal on this Northcrest scoreboard? They need to get down the other end for that to happen. Espire Milk on the chase, takes the shot. And Jason Lee, more than capable to defend that one and deflect it away. Still to Espire. Espire Milk showing all that dancing feet he's got. This goes to Delembo. He'll take a shot. Ball comes away. He'll get another go at it. He'll push it wide to Daxon. Daxon's now got the ball. He goes to the goal scorer. Goal scorer doesn't hesitate to put a lovely little drifting ball over. No one was onto it, but you can see the talent that guy's got, John. It's just when he makes a move, it's the right one.
Yeah, again, just not on the same wavelengths at the moment, but again, in terms of great improvisation, trying to lob that ball over the defence, just his players weren't on the same page.
A bit like you in staff meetings. Ball comes over to Espire Milk, and he's been dispossessed by Chol Jock. Number 14 puts it into Kasim Kine, who's out there as well. Delembo brings him down, got the ball according to the referee, plays on. That's a lovely ball from Monya. Onto the advance of a player that's really impressed tonight in Lewis. And Chemalea goes forward, skips back in. There's a lovely ball. If you'd actually delayed your run, Tiggy, it would have been at your feet. Ball comes away again now. This is with Hearts. Deep into time added on here. 3-0 the scoreline. Can they get one? Can they get a consolation prize, the Hearts team? They're running from right to left. They're about to go out of the FFA Cup for the 2021 version. Referee looks at his watch. Continues play. There's been a few players down, so we might have a number of minutes. We're going to have 2 minutes of time added on. Surrender Duarte's put some new software into the screen there, John, and we now can see what time added is. It's 2 minutes.
Again, I like a bit of Fergie time, Bruce. I'm not going to lie to you. But again, in terms of 2 minutes, I think Azzurri will see this game out. Again, comfortable winners tonight. But again, they weren't so comfortable in the first 15 minutes. And we talk about the result tonight, and there's a lot to take out of it, especially Hearts. They're going to be there this year somewhere. We spoke about having a number 9, a player that's going to score them 20 to 30 goals. If they get someone up there, I think they'll be in for a great surprise this year. They could be the surprise team of the year this year.
John Tambouris with their comments there, and everyone rises to their feet in the grandstand, and a generous and warm applause for the winners here tonight, Uni Azzurri FC. They have a 3-0 advantage. 2 goals to Chris Akara and 1 to the substitute, Lewis, who came on for his brother. And that is Lewis Chemalea. My name is Bruce Stalder. Thank you for being with us tonight. John Tambouris, thank you. What we'll do, John, is we'll grab one of the Uni Azzurri players and get them up on the camera and see how they felt tonight, how their body was for a good 90-plus minutes. And I'd say they'd be happy with that result. We'll get to them shortly. On behalf of FNT and FFA, thank you for joining us on the digital channels across Australia with this live presentation of Uni Azzurri taking on Darwin Hearts in round 1 of the 21 version of the FFA Cup. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back. This is Larrakia Park, Darwin Football Stadium. We just had round one, game one of the 21 version of the FFA Cup. A football competition around this country which is exciting everyone in the grassroots level. There's over 740 teams, and one of those teams tonight has advanced through the second round. That's Uni Azzurri. So happy to have Kenny with us. Kenny, mate, different shirt, same result, controlling the midfield. How was that?
It was tough. The 3-0 scoreline doesn't tell the whole story. I thought they played well in the first 20 minutes, but once we got the first goal, and then the floodgates opened.
Kenny, it's always good to see you. I'll pass on to John, and John, you have a couple of questions of Mr. Naan.
Ken, great to see you again in Azzurri colours. Again, great back to be at the club that you obviously started with, so it's good to see that. Ken, just what was the message from your coach, Michael Rodidis, today in terms of the way you played? What was his key messages today?
We played Darwin Hearts in the preseason game. I think we beat them 7-0. Yeah. We knew that wasn't going to be the scoreline tonight. So Michael told us just to go out there because it's a knockout competition. So, honestly, we would have been happy with 1-0 because it's all about going through to the next round.
Yep.
You know, so I thought, at this stage, it's all about fitness. And I don't think it was hard out there. So I would say, well done to the boys and well done to Darwin Hart for a great game.
And again, Ken, you spoke about fitness, which is key, and obviously injuries as well. Don't want to get injured. But again, looking at the team that came out there, a few new faces. There's a couple of boys from France. Danny Marimbi's come in. Munya's come in from Hellenic. So tell us, what do they bring to the team now?
Quality. Because Azzurri has kept most players from last season. Yeah. And I think Michael has done well in the off-season to get new players in. Obviously, I wasn't with the boys last season, so I think we're looking good, and I think we just build on from this game, and we'll see how we go.
And talking of quality, you're a quality person and a quality player. I've got one question for you. We sitting up here thinking, oh, it's a lovely northern breeze. It's cool. Was it humid down there? Did you feel that second half getting into those lungs?
I started cramping up in the 67th minute, and it wasn't just me. I think about 3 or 4 players went off injured. And one of our players, the French boys, I think this is his first time playing A grade, so he really felt it in the first half. Yeah,
there's not many tropical places in France, mate, so he would have really felt it. Kenneth Naan, always great to speak with you. Fantastic to see you back. Congratulations on the win. We'll let you go back to your boys in a minute. John Tambouris, always good to have you. 2 quality people on my right. Thank you to BP and his team behind us for heading this live streaming together. On behalf of Football Northern Territory, I hope you enjoyed our first game back. 168 sleeps. We could not wait to bring you this game, and it didn't disappoint. In the end, 3-0 to Uni Azzurri. They go through to round 2 of the 2021 version of the FFA Cup.